or afternoon, good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning is the time of day. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good mid of night. Oh, whoops, the time of day for the shadow cast, let's see. Good, it's like good Alaskan summertime. My jokes. Good evening, good after. Yeah, let's say, salutations much in the evening. I gotta, fix this freaking shaving, excuse me, that shaving, like, nick. Got a nick on my dermis, and it, caused a slight bit of uh, pressurized cardiovascular system fluids, aka plasma containing blood cells and nutrients, otherwise known as blood. It's like I am somewhat have a mix of that structurally uh, syntactically accurate. I don't know if it's if it was. I don't know what all of the constituent parts are of blood, but I know that it contains plasma, hemoglobin, and blood cells. I don't know if the hemoglobin's in the blood or in the, in the cells or in the, but whatever it is, causing much ado. My shaving exercise earlier of my desire to groom facially for aesthetic purposes resulted in a small nick to my dermis, which caused the expression of pressurized cardiovascular system fluid, otherwise known as blood plasma, or whatever, otherwise known as plasma containing blood cells, aka blood. There is the Golden Gate Bridge, spanning the Golden Gate. The in out passway of the San Francisco Bay. Over there, I talked to a nice lady who was able to help me confirm what I was seeing in all these areas over here across here. Land's End, China Beach, Land's End, Sutro Heights area. Oh yeah, for Legion of Honor, and golf course. End of the Lincoln Memorial Highway. Right there in that part of the view. If it's still okay. So what happened there is a friggin' Not on lens. Okay, well, whatever. And then there, China Beach. It was like off for like a minute, and then this is motion based, kind of like it seems like vision itself is so Land's End, Legion of Honor, the golf course. I don't know what golf course is specifically. There's like the immigrant overlook. I don't know what the trail is. It goes around there, but it's notable. Trying to think. Yeah, it's like that's what's over Point Lobos on the other side of there. Then that's Fort Scott and Fort Miley are up in that area as well on the other side. And then China Beach right here, in the kind of middle of that, and that kind of little outcropping, jutting part of a cliff, or part of a land shelf or something. And then Baker Beach, the beach there, the prominent beach-looking beach. Baker Beach. Baker Beach. China Beach. China Beach you can't really see, but if you were to see the beach that was between, let's see if I can focus. See if I can focus enough to get the lens to focus. There's a picture of my eye. That is, that didn't really help. Okay, if I hold it too close to my eye, it can't focus, and that's pretty funny because it's like maybe this camera on the back is reading my eyes focusing to determine if how it's going to focus the camera lens, which is like, ridiculously like, plausibly functional and also needless at the same time, and almost like, the plausible functionality of it is narrowly lessened in intrigue for the absolute unnecessity of the function to be that way, though it might be useful or contributory to the camera's functioning. It's just altogether veritably, because the effect that it has is that moving the camera close to your eye so you can see closer into the of what you're trying to look at produces a less focused image that you're trying to look at, and then it makes it seem though as if then we move it farther away, like right here. Makes it seem okay. Now the image is more in focus. So it must be doing that. I can't think of some other reason why. It must be measuring the distance to my face and going, oh, okay, let me try and focus it at that distance, because the person is trying to assist the focusing here through like impulse or instinct. Maybe the integrated circuit is poised to find that useful in data over any other sort of focusing computational analysis. As ridiculous as I find it to be, in theory, it seems to be that way, because when I bring the camera up here, it's not that I can't, my eye, and then when I do focus my eye, it becomes in focus, but it's like I can see that it's blurry pixels right here. Like, the picture is blurry right now, definitely, and the camera is right next to my face. And now the picture will go clear, and the camera is a distance from my face. Swear to God, is that not weird or what? Tell, you know, Grandma, when you see her at Christmas, that this is freaking the height of trippiness. There is the blurry picture close to my face. Blurry picture. It's like my eye is focusing the picture. Totally, right? It's either conditioning me to think that my eye is this lens, which it is. My eye is this lens. Just joking. Or it is assisted by that, or it's unable to focus on its forward camera picture without some sort of determination of its focusing to the rear camera picture even when it's not on. Don't ask me how, why, or where this technology, finds its way into, like the state of the art, but it apparently is to some degree, at least coincidentally, that maybe it's to discourage someone or people from holding the screen too close to the face, like they say you shouldn't sit close to the TV. I enjoy to look close to it at the screen and see what pixels there are to see. It's like if I want to do so, I guess I'll have to do so with a secondary camera, something like that. I don't know how that would work, but maybe I need an actual telescope to place to the screen here, so that it's like enhance your smartphone's camera's distance, zoom, and focus by putting a telescope on the screen side for you to look at. It works by magic. It's like the government has prevented people from being like, you know what it is? I think it prevents people from using a phone of whatever brand in a awkward and unaesthetic way, and therefore increases the brand value. Let's give it up for free capital marketism, for free market capitalism, and other reconglomerations of those words. Market-free capitalism. Market-free capitalism. Hey, there's an idea. Market-free capitalism. And that would be the third combination. If there's 3 words, there's probably 6 combinations? Market capitalism free. And I'm sure you can think of the other. So in order to keep me from awkwardly using and holding my camera, there's some sort of algorithm that, well, I guess what it would do would be basically to, if I wanted to focus on this bench thing, and I held the basically it enables macro mode to be literally super. It's like social engineering in a way. It's like a it's not social engineering, but it's like ergonomy engineering. You know what I mean? So even when it's in super macro mode, if I get my face closer, it goes out of focus. It's out of focus now. My face is close. My face is farther. It's much more in focus. I guess maybe that is a way to manually focus the lens to untrick it or something, if it's being spoofed by like a radar gun or some sort of thing. One of those things that makes it, do weird, uncanny things, unearthly things. It is. That's a cool little algorithm. That must be what it is. Um, I'm a fan of this brand of camera. I've you know extolled its virtues on numerous occasions, and would um have to say that this is a whole new realization, and I'm excited to see if it and it also could be a YouTube function. I have to say that different camera apps do operate functionally different to some noticeable degree. But the capability of it to do that, cool. It kind of seems like it might have been like an initial well, hey, we can access the analysis of the front-facing camera during rear-facing, and you know potentially utilize it for picture quality enhancement. Um, and it seems like one of the only ways that you plausibly could incorporate that in any sort of feasible way. It's not, though, altogether misguided or misinspired. Is actually kind of brilliant, as I was saying, and it adds to what's great about the this camera and its manufacturer or designer concept, camera company, phone company. In fact, I'm referring to a Japanese, I believe, brand named Motorola. Yeah, the Motorola is an elusive type of brand. It's like, got some ties in with this and that other sort of notable data architecture and core processing brands and label um, licensed technologies from other non-phone specific manufacturing outfits. It's got true to form sort of Japanese stylized American market, aesthetic features that are for all intents and purposes quite simply aspirationally a success in in what ways and areas the Japanese consumer markets and American consumer market, detail and design overlap and or are similar. I don't know exactly per se. I know that to some degree it is, and to some other degree it differs. But it it would be the wise choice if it were to be like for one of the couple type of manufacturing outfits makes of phones to get to choose one or more sort of detail per detail theme per phone spec or whatever. And so cheers to that. I that's kind of distracting from the topic, but yeah, in some very pretty plottable and um, you know technical hurdle surpassing durability. And core functionality, replete sort of scope of overall aspects of photo lens, light sensor, camera sort of system engineering and architecture masterful, so to say. I I can only assume via, if not for its lack of malfunction when where one would expect um, technical difficulty and error in such a sort of micro camera mini handheld lens sort of system, then if not for the lack of misoperating the quality of its standard of photo capture depth, color range, accuracy, clarity, and texture, and overall pleasing output and appeal. Appealingness, and its pleasing appealingness, and generally intact, digital photo output file. And the whole kit and caboodle there of conservative battery usage, integrated optimization, and those sort of things, user experience and interface, and all of that is just about the the camera itself. And albeit that is the main thing I'm mentioning and talking about, it isn't the finite extent of what Motorola is arranging and configuring their system specifics and hardware infrastructure to garner specific note of a high grade of quality and integrated function to the sort of, I guess,